So here I am, back from the Cannes Film Festival and sifting through your comments about my posts here on the Kermode Uncut site. And the one which has caught my attention the most is the several responses to my review of the new film by Jean Luc Godard. If you remember, I thought the film was utter tripe, the worst film of the festival, totally pretentious piffle of the highest order, made all the more annoying by the fact that the great Jean Luc had decided that it wouldn't be subtitled, so that if you were an English speaker, as I am, and didn't understand the languages on screen, well, that is your problem. If you don't understand it, what do you think you're doing here at the festival? So it was my sense of it was, you know, Jean-Luc, you don't want me to understand the film. Hey, I don't understand it. Doesn't mean it's any good. So anyway, this response from Boy in a Bubble. I've been waiting for this review of Godard's new film with bated breath ever since I heard the initial rumblings from the press. Mr. Kermode once again did not disappoint. I love the fact that by seeing the worst film in Cannes, and it was the worst film in Cannes, don't believe what any other critics tell you, it was the worst film in Cannes, it has added that extra spring in his step, and he now looks genuinely like he's having fun. And it's true. I mean, I felt like having suffered the full 2 hours, whatever it was, of the movie, having not walked out, having not abandoned ship, having stayed there and suffered this unendurable claptrap, I did quite enjoy telling you that it was the worst film of the Cannes Film Festival. However, many responses have taken issue with this. This from Eckhard Neurer. Holy moly, what's that? An obnoxious stand-up comedian pretending to be a film critic? I don't get the joke. This from Oh Well. Mr. Kermode, you've left me with no doubt whatsoever as to the worthlessness of your criticisms on the matter of film. Anyone who considers a dated shocker, namely The Exorcist, to be the greatest ever made should not be allowed to go near serious cinema, let alone get paid for it. You might find yourself getting less frustrated if you avoid work meant for adults. And this finally from Erwin H. This is my favourite. This was again on the subject of the subtitles. I mean, let me reiterate that what happened with the subtitling on this film was that there weren't subtitles describing what was being said on screen. They were just gnomic words. So that if you didn't understand the language, well, tough. It's a pity that one of the BBC's film reviewers thinks he can inflate his ego. Believe me, my ego doesn't need inflating. By calling Godard, a word I didn't use, what I said was that his new film was a steaming pile of merde, not him or his whole oeuvre, but just the Film Socialisme. If he had any sense of history, he might have known that Godard, like Eugene Green for instance, feel that English is the language of political and cultural US predominantly imperialism. And that's why he's provoking you, in inverted commas, provoking in inverted commas, provoking you, and has done for more than 25 years. Also, it's a telling example of someone behaving like the typical islander, boasting about not knowing French. Well, let me be quite clear about this. I'm not boasting about the fact that I don't speak French. I don't speak French. I wasn't, taught French at school. I've never learned French. Sorry, I don't understand French. But you know what I love about subtitles? They allow cinema to be international. So when you watch a film in which someone's speaking in a foreign language, you can understand what they're saying. In fact, I've been a great champion of subtitles for years and years because the alternative to subtitling is overdubbing. But clearly, if Jean-Luc Godard has other ideas and understands that subtitling his movie is somehow beneath him, then clearly the mistake is all mine. I am a small-minded, English-speaking islander, and I have no right to complain about sitting through an incredibly boring piece of pretentious piffle in a foreign language which was inadequately subtitled so that I had no idea what was being said. I apologise to Erwin H., to Jean Luc, who obviously needs to get back to running the Starship Enterprise as soon as is humanly possible, and indeed to you, the viewer.